Hey everyone, in this video we will talk about some of the things I changed in my balcony space where I have a sizable garden. This is how my balcony looked when the lockdown started in 2020. Fewer plants, nothing significant to talk about either. Over time, I kept adding more plants and then some more. Soon the garden upkeep itself started becoming a humongous task. However, in this video, we will talk about three main challenges I had and how I fixed them. Well, rather how I tried to. Whenever it rained or when I watered the plants, even with drain plates, the water used to spill across the balcony floor a lot. Given it was a southwest facing balcony, the amount of sunlight the plants received was also not optimal and their growth was a bit hindered. And as expected, the plants did create a lot of visual clutter and it was becoming quite a task to de-weed, water the plants, fertilize them adequately. As the square footage of the garden space increased and the slope of the balcony floor not being conducive, whenever I watered the plants, the whole balcony was waterlogged and the remaining usable space in the balcony wasn't a pleasant sight either. In order to give a visual uplift, I bought a few sets of Ronin tiles from IKEA, which allowed me to create a clear visual separation and trick your eyes to make the seating space feel more spacious. The tiles are removable and very easy to maintain. They do have a layer of space underneath to allow water to flow easily, and the slight height difference also allowed to divert the flow of water eventually. This helped me to keep the main seating area dry and clean. With the current configuration, I was able to create different light zones. On the right, I have a medium sunlight zone where I am growing a few veggies and leafy vegetables. Over to its left, I have a higher sunlight zone where we get direct sunlight from noon to evening, and hence I have arranged a few flowering plants which require a good amount of sunlight. In this space, we have a traditional tulsi plant, a few mogra plants, some varieties of jasmine, and a couple of hibiscus plants which are growing very well. I have also thrown a few rose plants in the mix. You can see that I had pruned these recently at the time of making this video, so there are hardly any blooms as of now. In the far right corner, I have a lemon plant which I had grown from a few seeds. I've also made a very basic lattice for the creeper plants to grow. On the far left corner, I have a slightly low lit space where there isn't enough direct sunlight. That's why I have made use of the vertical space to layer different foliage plants that do not require much sunlight. I made these simple shelves myself to fit the custom dimensions properly. I've added a lot of pothos plants, peperomia, areca palm, etc. By the way, that's my first bonsai plant which was given to me by one of my good friends. Here's a look at some of the plants which are thriving well after placing them in the right sunlit area. This really made my life easy to group plants in different zones, because of which the frequency of watering was effortless to manage for me. This section is very trivial. Over the summer, I bought a few planter stands which had a couple of steps, and this tiered way of arranging plants made it very easy for me to water, spray, for de-weeding and fertilizing the plants. It is also a way to use the space more effectively and maximize the usable space for seating. In the future, I plan to add a couple of chairs and make it a cozy area to relax amidst the garden. That's all for this video. I now leave you with the full tour of the balcony garden and a few parting shots of some of my favorite plants. Thank you Urbanscape Bangalore for giving me this opportunity to share some of my learnings through your channel. Hope it proves useful for a few of you, and do share your comments and opinions in the chat below. Happy gardening!